Hi guys, this is Shannon with Shannon McTie Photography. I am excited to edit this photo with you through ACR with the Fleetwood collection. So we'll just start from the beginning. So once you have loaded all your brushes and your presets into ACR, you'll open it up and you'll pick your image and you'll start from here. Once you're here, you're going to come right down to here where these two circles are, and your presets will be loaded right here. So you're going to open up your Fleetwood collection. And then again, you just kind of go through it just like you would if you were in Lightroom. So when you're in here, the first thing I want to do is that it is a bit underexposed, so I need to increase my exposure. So I'm going to go to, we're going to start with brighter 4. The nice thing is I can always come back and I can make it brighter if I need to later on, but I think brighter 4 right now is perfect. And then let's see, from there, I'm actually going to skip the AI portion for a second. And this, I'm going to come down here to the clean tone enhancement, and I am going to just hover over each one. Honestly, I love them all on this image. Oh, I love that one too. It's so hard. I'm between turned around until the landslide. I really like them both. I think I'm going to do till the landslide. So I'm going to click on till the landslide. And then from here, I'm going to come down here to the artistic color grading section, and I'm going to hover over and see which ones I like. Oh, I'm between, I like that. I like a lot. Kind of depends on which way you want to go with your editing. I like that. I think I'm going to stick with and I'm getting. I'm going to click on there. Again, if they're ever too strong, you can come up here and you can adjust the opacity. So I am going to adjust the opacity of this one, and I'm going to go, I'm going to bring it down to like 35. I like it. I just don't want it that strong. And now I'll come back up here and I'm going to put on my adaptive brushwork section. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hover over the subject light clean. And then you can see what it did over there. It looks really good. It did pull a lot of orange in his skin and made his jeans a bit blue. I can fix that in just a little bit. I'm not too worried. And then for the background, I'm going to do the background depth. Let's see, I'm going to do the background depth green. And then I want to just take a look at the sky. I'm going to do cotton candy sky, but again, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to lower my opacity of that sky. I like it. I just don't want it on too strong. I wanted to pull the colors a little bit, but not where it's like really intense. All right, so I like that. We'll keep going down. I think that looks good. I may come back up here. I'm going to hover over the brighter section and see. Well, I'm going to keep it at +4. So right now I like what I'm at. I've clicked on the presets that I like for it. And so right now we've applied the presets that we like. Then I can come over here to this dotted circle and click on it. And you can see this is the AI portion that is already put on the masking for you. But we can go ahead and we can do some more masking. So the first thing I want to do is I want to brighten up my shadows over them. So I'm going to create a mask and get a radial gradient. I'm going to go just like that and place it right over them. Again, I can move this around in just a moment. Right here under preset, once you've loaded all your brushes into ACR, they're going to be loaded right there. So I'm going to pick the one that says brighten shadow. And again, it's obviously too bright, but you can have an adjustment right here. And I'm going to grab it and pull it down about right there. And I'm going to move it around to exactly where I like it. I think about right there is perfect. And I might even bring it down a tiny bit more. Yeah. Perfect. Awesome. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and like kind of burn this side just a little bit of here. So I'm going to create a mask and I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to get a linear gradient and I'm going to drag this right here. Here we go. And I'm going to pick the one that says burn shadow. It's going to make it a little bit dark, which I like. I wanted it to be brighter over here where the sun is and a little bit darker over here, but it's going to make the subjects dark too. So I'm going to click subtract subject. It's going to pull it off of them. Perfect. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a mask, and I am going to select people. So right now I want to just focus on his skin because it is pulling the orange a little bit. And I'm going to select him. And I'm going to select facial skin and body skin and click create. And then under preset, I'm going to click the one that says reduce reds. It's going to be dramatic, but we're going to adjust it. So it's going to get rid of reds and oranges, and we're just going to pull down that amount quite a bit. So I'm actually going to start at 0 and then just pull it up slightly to where I like it. Oops, too much. Right there. So you can turn the eye off right here. So this is before and this is after, and I like that a whole lot better. The next thing I'm going to do is I want to take care of his pants, like I was saying earlier. I'm going to create another one. I'm going to select people. I'm going to select him, and I'm going to select clothes and create. And then I'm going to pick the preset that says reduce blues. Now I don't want all the blues out of it, so I'm going to bring the amount down a little. I just wanted some. I don't want it to look neon blue. Perfect. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to soften their skin a little bit. I'm going to create a mask. I'm going to select people. I'm going to select both of them and do facial and body skin and click create. And then right here next to preset, I am going to click skin glow, and then I'm going to lower the opacity of it because it made her and him too soft. I just want a little bit of softness on their skin. So I'm going to bring this down to about 35% right there. And then her dress was had a little bit more color in person. It's such a pretty dress. So what I'm going to do is make the colors of her dress stand out a little more. So I am going to, select people. I'm going to select her, select her clothes, and create. And then I'm going to do a color pop, which is going to bring a lot more life back to that dress. And again, it's just a little too much. So I'm going to bring it down to about right there, about 50%. And I like that a lot. So this is before, and this is after. And it definitely is bringing a little bit of the yellow that was in the dress back into the dress. And then the next thing I always do is I try to sharpen the edges of them. So I'm going to select people, select both of them, and I'm going to select their clothes. Let's see. I'll do lips and eyebrows and create. And then I'm going to click the one that says sharpen details. Perfect. And then I want to just accentuate this light over here just a little bit more. So I'm going to create a new mask. I'm going to get a radial gradient. About right there. And I'm going to come down here to preset. I'm going to play around a little bit. I feel like if I hit soft sunlight, we can see what that does. Actually, I really like that. You could try bright sunlight, which is a little bit of a deeper light, which, yeah, I like the other one better. So I think I'm going to do the soft sunlight. I'm going to extend it out to them a little bit. Actually, I'm going to even make it a little more oval shaped. About right there. And then I'm going to subtract my subject so it pulls it off of them some. I really like that. And then I'm going to create another mask. And I'm just going to make a huge radial gradient and place it right over them. And what I want to do is I want to add some contrast to the background, which I know I can select the background and then just add contrast. But when I do it this way, it helps feather that contrast out a little bit, which is what I like. It just looks to me a little more natural. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do a contrast boost. It actually looks pretty good on them, but I think I'm going to, do I want to? I'm going to select my subject and erase it off of them a little bit. And then I think I'll put some contrast on them, but not at the extreme I did in the background. So this time I will select subject and I'll do a contrast boost, but I can now like have a lot more control over it on them. And I'm going to lower the amount to about 16, just a tiny bit. Perfect. And then the last couple things is just the dodging and burning that I usually do if I'm using Fleetwood. So I'm going to get a brush and I'm going to pick, I'm going to burn the shadows. And I keep my flow and density usually about 75, and anywhere where I see shadows, I'm going to go ahead and just burn it. I'm doing a little bit on the inside of her hair here. And then I'm going to do the same by dodging. I'll get a brush. I'll pick dodge highlights. And again, I'm going to follow where my highlights are. So wherever I see the sunlight on her, so her hand where it's hitting here, a little bit on her chest and her neck, his face. Perfect. And there we go. I like that. Then I would just hit OK. And I'll show you the before and after on that one. Perfect. So here is the before, and here's the after. Before, after. I hope you guys love this tutorial. If you have any questions or you want any further information, please go to www.greaterthangatsby.com.